and welcome to Spen Valley Does BBC News School Report. My name is Callum.
And I am May. On today's news, success in Sochi, participation in sport, school strikes and questions you've always wanted to know the answer to, and of course the weather with Finley. First, success in Sochi.
The Winter Olympics were held in Sochi and now the countdown quickly resets to Pyeongchang, where hopes are high that Team GB can continue their winning ways in 4 years' time.
Lizzie Arnold won gold in the skeleton, and the men's curlers won silver, and the women's curlers won bronze. Jenny Jones got bronze in snowboard slopestyle, which equalled the record of 4 medals with GB won at the Winter Olympics in Chamonix in 1924. So, participation in sport, is it on the increase or is it declining? We are fortunate at Spen Valley because we have a number of elite performers. We will now hand it over to Millie and Alistair.
Alan, we are proud to introduce Ava and Harry, who both cycle at a national level.
Ava, where do you see yourself in the future? As a professional cyclist, and I'd like to become a physiotherapist. And what would you do to get us into the sport? Television. And finally, what inspired you to take up the sport? My granddad and Laura Chuck.
Thank you. Harry, what would you do to get other people into this sport?
Try to get my friends into it.
Where do you see yourself in the future?
Cycling at professional level.
And what inspired you to take up this sport?
My dad.
Thank you. This is Megan, who is among 150 teenagers who was chosen to represent England in the under-16s golf squad. What inspired you to take up this sport?
My dad.
What would you do to get other people into this sport?
Maybe promote it in schools.
And where do you see yourself in the future?
I'd like to become a professional golfer.
Cricket and football could face cuts to funding as more people aren't taking up the sport, but individual sports have taken a huge rise in participation. For instance, cycling and athletics. These sports have gone up 49% at the most, whereas swimming has gone down just over 10% to 2,300,000.
This has been our sports report, and now back to the studio with Callum and May.
Callum, did you know that the distance from your elbow to your wrist is the size of your foot?
I did not know.
Neither did our school reporters who tested this theory, and I wonder how many of our viewers are trying this now.
But May, I bet you didn't know that from your right hand to your left is the same height of your body.
No, I didn't. And now, with Finley and Megan, who found out more old wives' tales and tested them out today.
When you have a low belly, you're having a baby girl.
If you eat crust, you'll have curly hair.
If you eat carrots, you can see in the dark.
If you break a mirror, you've got 7 years of bad luck.
If you walk on your side, you've got to say white rabbit.
Now we're going to interview 2 teachers from our school.
Thanks for watching. Today we've got some special guests that are going to tell us some old wives' tales. Over to you.
Well, it's not morning, it's morning. Good morning to everybody. The first one that we have, we've had to write a few down, but the first one is ice cream leads to nightmares.
Good morning everybody. My mum used to tell me that if I went out with wet hair I would catch a cold, and if I sat on a wall I would catch a cold.
And if you crack your knuckles it gives you arthritis, which I can't do.
Don't swallow chewing gum, it'll stay in your stomach for 7 years.
And don't make silly faces, because if you do, your face will stay like that.
If the wind changes your face will stay like that.
And if you eat crusts, it makes your hair curly.
And I love crusts, so that's definitely an old wives' tale.
And I think that's all I can
That's all
think
we've
about
got.
for now.
Thank you to News Report.
Thank you.
Thank you. Here is another special guest for our Wife Tales.
Hello, my name is Mr. Thornton, and I have 3 old wives' tales for you today. The first one I've known for many years. Red sky at night, shepherd's delight. Red sky in the morning, shepherd's warning. This means that if it's red sky at night, the next day is going to be beautiful weather. If it's a red sky in the morning, it's going to be rain. So be careful. The second one. Now when you get hot, sometimes you might think taking your clothes off is the best thing. No! Run some cold water on your left wrist and it will cool you down just a tree. The last one. Now I still believe this to this day. Babies are delivered, wait for it, by storks. That's true. No mum and dads are needed. A stork simply carries a baby and delivers it on your doorstep and you get a boy or a girl. That's old wives' tales for you. Thank you.
We are now handing it over to Hafsa for an exclusive interview with our head teacher to find out more information.
Thank you, Callum. Yesterday, thousands of schools closed as teachers took strike action over pay, pension and conditions. But what does this actually mean? Back to the studio, but later with more. Yesterday, thousands of schools took strike. But what does this actually mean to you? And what impact does it have on us and the staff here?
It was unfortunate that a lot of teachers chose to take strike action yesterday. I don't think that's a decision they take lightly because, like me, I know that all teachers in our school have got the best interests of the students here at heart, and I'm sure that they didn't decide to take the action that they did without having first considered all the implications of it. I know that a lot of teachers are feeling frustrated around a lot of the changes that are being made at the minute to their conditions of employment, around pay and pensions, etc. In terms of the impact here, of course it was necessary to partially close our school yesterday. I hope that we maintained a semblance of a good education for the students that did attend, but of course it was unfortunate that 3 year groups had indeed to stay at home during the course of yesterday because of the number of teachers that weren't in school during the day.
Do you know how many schools took strike?
I'm aware that in Kirklees, which is obviously the area in which our school is situated, that the vast majority of secondary schools were either closed to students or, like ourselves, closed partially to a number of year groups within their schools. And I did catch the news myself last night when I saw a report that about 1 in 8 schools were completely closed as a result of the strike action by the NUT yesterday.
Well, actually, I only knew this, and I think the rest of the team only knew this, that only 12% of England only went on strike and closed schools. Well, some, like here, some schools, some students came in and some didn't, and it was actually pretty fair in a way, and it was actually a pretty good day, so we enjoyed it. So, thank you, and back to the studio.
Calm and may hopefully the weather will cheer people up. Today at Free, just as we are leaving school, there is a band of rain spreading across the country, and the temperature will be approximately 9 degrees. I will now hand over to Megan.
Thank you, Finlay. Looking ahead to tomorrow, a warm and dry day is forecast at 10 degrees. Hopefully this dry and warm weather will last out till the weekend.
Thank you for watching BBC School Report 2014.